as possible. High 83. Tonight, variable clouds with scattered thunderstorms. Low 67. Chance of rain 60%. Thursday, morning showers. High 75. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Mississippi could become a deadly and destructive evening, and the threat for more possible tornado trouble is not done yet. Who's at risk today?
Plus, snowy holiday travel for some, and a new winter storm. Eris is one reason why. The places where snow will add to a week of holiday travel headaches.
From the Weather Channel headquarters in Atlanta, you're watching Weather Center Live.
We guarantee it.
We do. We put our stamp of approval on it.
Well, weather tragedies, storms on the move, and a new winter storm. Weather challenges are not letting up on this day before Christmas. I'm Dave Schwartz.
And I'm Kate Parker. In Mississippi, at least one tornado has now been confirmed. I believe I just saw an email that it might be 2 confirmed now.
Right.
And the National Weather Service investigators saw evidence of an EF3 tornado in the Columbia area and EF2 damage in Laurel. That's what I was just mentioning to you. Flattening homes, leaving 4 people dead in all. We're going to have more on the impacts of those devastating tornadoes in Mississippi in just a moment. But
it could have been one long track tornado or maybe 2.
Right. They're still finishing up their investigation, but regardless, the same system's still pushing off to the east.
Yeah, and a report of a weak tornado in eastern North Carolina this morning.
Yes, just saw that EF1, I believe, was the rating on that one.
Active weather. And even in thunderstorms down here in northern Florida, parts of southeast Georgia. Heavy rain certainly headed toward the Tampa Bay area later today. And as that rain pushes north and east, you're looking at travel headaches covering more than 1,000 miles. From Coca-Cola's headquarters in downtown Atlanta, on the left, that's Atlanta, believe it or not. The big Christmas tree at 30 Rock in New York. Pack some patience. You will need it on the East Coast, and we'll pinpoint the travel trouble spots in just a minute. But first, towns in Mississippi struggle after tornadoes slashed through at least 3 counties in the state. This is one of those twisters, caught on tape through a window as it approached.
Yeah, this shows you how much the damage in the town of Columbia that we've been seeing. This is Columbia, Mississippi, of course.
Right.
Here, there was some confusion on Twitter yesterday. This is in Mississippi. And the 2 of the 4 victims of yesterday's storms, they died here. We do have Keith Carson on the ground there, and he said that the damage is even more devastating in person than you can convey. And these pictures, 50 more were hurt. The entire town of Columbia is without power.
Yeah, Dave and Kate, we're here in Columbia, Mississippi, the hardest hit area by the storms yesterday afternoon. The damage, extensive. What is really striking to me is the kind of damage we're getting. This is a cinder block building. Obviously, this part of it unusable, but the other part of it totally knocked down. So we have the cinder block buildings, we have the roofing on top of it, building destroyed behind me as well. So some pretty strong winds certainly came through here last night. This was at one point a gas station. This was a laundromat and a convenience store. Obviously now it's not much of anything. Another thing that you're seeing is that there is progress being made. The entire town, granted it's around 6,500 people, but still the entire town without power as of this morning. And it's a slow process because they have to clear the debris first, then they have to put the power poles back up. That's what they're doing right now. The power poles going back up, and the reason for that, obviously, that your original power poles right there on the ground. So right before Christmas, the emotional side of this, obviously awful on Christmas Eve day. They're going to try to recover, try to get some power back on in time for Christmas Eve for a lot of families, but I think it'll be a fairly long process. Dave, Kate?
All right, thank you, my friend. Well, joining us now on the phone is Casey Tyler. Now, he's in Mississippi.
And he had some firsthand experience with this tornado. Tell us, Casey, where you are and what you saw when your town was being hit by this tornado.
Well, I was actually in Sumrall, which is a little north of Columbia. And I was at work, and we left to go get my boss's son at the daycare that was actually hit there. And as we were coming out of the parking lot, we saw, the clouds swirling over the trees. So we ran and took shelter in a meat processing plant in a cooler.
Wow. Now, how is your family and your property at this point?
Luckily, everybody in Summerall is okay. There was slight damage to the daycare and to some homes, but other than that, everybody's okay.
Now, Casey, have you heard, I know that you guys are there on the ground and Columbia hit the hardest with this. Have you heard of anybody who is trying to go out of their way to make some Christmas plans, make up for some Christmas plans for these families, give them a helping hand for some folks who may have lost everything yesterday?
I haven't heard of anything yet, but I'm sure that we will find, somebody will let us know about plans that other towns have to go help out Columbia.
Sure. Now, Summerall, Mississippi, where you are, is in a part of the country that's known as Dixie Alley. There's Tornado Alley. We all know about that, Nebraska to Texas. But then there's Dixie Alley, which cuts through Mississippi and Alabama, South Georgia. Is this your first direct experience with a tornado, or have you seen this before?
This is actually my first time experiencing it.
Okay, so you had this rough weather yesterday. What was your feeling and how are you coping? And how is your boss, his child, their families, how are they feeling about this? Are you frightened? Are you feeling any sort of relief now that it's over?
Yesterday was very scary. We're all happy and glad to be alive. Just, feel sorry for the people in Columbia that aren't so lucky to have what we still have.
Okay. Well, Casey, we are so glad that you made it out okay. We're thankful that you and your boss took cover there and that your families are all right. I know that everybody's going to be picking up the pieces in that portion of Mississippi in the coming days. All right. Rough weather continuing in parts of the South, so we need to get you updated on that. Dave is going to show us where.
Yeah, the cold front is now actually into eastern Alabama. The threat for Mississippi is over, and it was over late last night, as a matter of fact. The cold front is actually right here. So just a few showers with the cold front. We still have some heavy rain and embedded thunderstorms from about Norfolk, Virginia, where it's very warm at this hour, all the way down into Florida. So we're going to be heads up here in western Florida, Spring Hill, and then late this evening, getting into the Tampa Bay metropolitan area. And there could be some thunderstorms with tremendous rain in some of these. So if you're planning on traveling tonight, especially Interstate 10, I-4 here in northern Florida, I-75 and 95, just drenching rains, poor visibility. Leave yourself plenty of time because you'll need it. You will have to slow down and have a safe trip. Back to you.
Yeah, Dave, that rain is on the move. It's just one piece of the trouble that we're tracking for you right now. This, take a look at this video, is an all too common sight this week. How many flights have been delayed due to weather and more this busy holiday week of travel. And ouch, where snow could send more drivers sliding and colliding in the lead up to the holiday.
New Move Free Ultra brings a revolution to joint health. It's the smallest joint health pill, now with a new triple action formula for joint, cartilage, and bone health. Move on to new Move Free Ultra.
Let the Ancestry leaf guide you on a journey that crosses generations, all to tell the most amazing story, yours. Discover your story. Start searching for free now at Ancestry.com.
Don't let a severe cold hold you back. Sir? Theraflu starts to get to work in your body in just 5 minutes. Theraflu breaks you free from your worst cold and flu symptoms. Theraflu, serious power.
This week on the Weather Channel Mornings, we're tracking a major winter storm that could bring torrential rain or snow to much of the country, affecting the plans for millions of holiday travelers. Stay weather ready this holiday, all this week on Wake Up with Al and America's Morning Headquarters, only on the Weather Channel Mornings.
Currently in our area, 84 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. This afternoon, mainly cloudy. A few peaks of sunshine possible. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 83. Tonight, variable clouds with scattered thunderstorms. Low 67. Chance of rain 60%. Thursday, morning showers. High 75. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
The wildest weather ever caught on camera. Oh my God! Tonight, tomorrow night, every weeknight, wild weather at 8 on the Weather Channel.
Every truck can tow a boat. Every truck can climb a hill. Every truck can haul a trailer. But not everyone can say they're the fastest growing truck brand in America. Guts Glory Ram.
So much to shop for.
I still have a lot of gifts to get.
I have so many people on my list. Burlington.
They've got bags, they've got boots,
PJs, toys,
watches,
coats, great deals.
Barbie dolls. They've got stocking stuffers.
There's always new gifts arriving. Everything you need. High five.
At Intel, they have technology you can control with gestures. Like now, she's flying a spaceship to Mars.
We're flying a plane to Detroit.
Intel. This is where it all changes.
Take a look at this. You're looking at the scene earlier today at New York's LaGuardia Airport. More flight delays. We've already seen more than 11,000 flight delays this week, and many of those due to weather. So how do the boards look right now? We want to get you right to a look across the country and what kind of delays we have going on. We've got the plane coming in, and look at this. We do have delays out of San Francisco right now, and we also have Philly. Now, yesterday we had significant delays in Philly. Let's go ahead and take a look at what they look like right now. We're going to go straight to the board and show you what those delays look like. Here they come for us. We have actually just a 1-hour delay in Philadelphia. Yesterday, those delays with those high ceilings or those low ceilings kept you delayed for a long time. Big problems there. All right, so that's what the Northeast looks like. Good news is that's the only spot that we're seeing delays right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at some other areas if we could. There is where we have what we have going on this weekend. We're looking ahead, folks. We're looking ahead. So we do have a delay in San Francisco right now. So I just wanted to note that because we didn't show you that on the board. We do have a delay there. Okay, so in Chicago on Saturday, we could see some delays, especially in the evening. So if you're flying home Saturday evening from Chicago, we could see some snow mixing in with that rain. We could see some delays there. Could be some delays in Memphis. New Orleans, you've got thunderstorms in the forecast. So there's a moderate chance of seeing some delays out of that airport. Houston, another spot that we could see some delays on Saturday. What about Sunday? Very busy travel days. You're trying to get back to where you live, trying to go back to work on Monday. Looks like some delays in D.C., Charlotte, Atlanta, Houston, all possible because we're going to be once again sitting in some rain. And the problem is not always the rain, it's the low ceilings that come along with this. So that's the concern that we have sometimes. Now, take a look at the rain currently across the Northeast. The good news is this rain not showing any delays across New England. That's what we like to see. Let's go ahead and take a look at Chicago now, because Chicago is a place that we just showed you on Saturday. We could see some delays because it's going to be in one of these kind of battleground areas for winter weather. That's why we need to go out to the lab right now. We've got to check in with Dr. Greg Postel because he has the very latest in our winter weather outlook.
Kate, thank you very much. You know, yesterday we thought maybe Chicago had a shot at getting at least a little bit of snow. It now looks like that has shifted eastward into parts of Michigan. Right now, raining in Chicago, raining in Michigan, but I think there'll be a transformation over to snow in the next couple of hours. Let's have a look at the radar. And there it is. Not a whole lot. We're not really expecting a whole lot. Maybe a couple of inches in parts of western Michigan, maybe in northern Indiana, but probably not there. The temperatures are a little bit too warm for that. We do have winter weather advisories out for all these counties in Michigan, including Traverse City and Grand Rapids. And let's look at the future radar to show you when everything kind of goes over to snow late this afternoon and this evening. So a white Christmas likely in Michigan, or certainly some falling snow. And then also maybe some lake effect snow here in parts of Ohio and Pennsylvania tomorrow morning. That would be very nice, I think, to wake up to. And of course, with the snow that we maybe expect later on this afternoon, this evening in Michigan, a couple of inches of wet snow with temperatures pretty marginal, right around 32. A much more substantial system is now going to come into the west. Winter Storm Eris is its name, and it's going to bring a lot of snow to the mountains. Salt Lake City, Denver, some big cities in the way as well. At least 5 to 8 inches in some of those places, in those areas shaded in purple. And on the water vapor imagery showing you pretty high altitude motions in here, you can see sort of this swirliness gathering out there. Right there, that's the one. That's sort of the precursor to all the winter weather that's coming into the west. And you can track that on the upper level weather charts as it moves east-southeastward toward the Four Corners area tomorrow. Really, this is going to happen pretty soon, guys. And with that upper trough out there in the west, that is a sign for some snow, and a lot of it for the ski resorts. We know that. So tomorrow, there it is. Those areas in the darkest shade of blue, that's where the significant steady snow is going to be, including Salt Lake City, Casper. Denver kind of close. It looks like maybe more tomorrow night. And then everything begins to sort of try to head out into the plains. I say try. Probably not going to make it. Looks like this thing falls apart as it works its way toward the northeast. But it's going to be more of a Rockies event. Great news for the ski resorts. And if you're in Denver and the nearby areas, Boulder, you're going to get some snow and some pretty decent amounts. So good news there. Guys, back to you in the studio.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Postello. We are trying to get it through the holidays without much of that winter mess, aren't we?
We are. The whole East Coast raining.
I know.
All the way up to northern Maine.
It's a cold rain. It's one of those kind of miserable rains.
Quebec, Montreal, all rain.
But we could have it worse. We could have had these tornadoes that ripped through Mississippi and Louisiana yesterday, even one in North Carolina.
That's right. That's where we're headed next.
If you're driving and you can't see clearly for 1 second at 60 miles per hour, you can't see clearly for 88 feet. And a lot can happen in 88 feet. That's why Bosch created the new Icon with ClearMax 365. It's a rubber technology for longer lasting performance, not found on any other wiper blade. Because like you, Bosch cares about what's ahead.
Bosch Icon wiper blades with ClearMax 365.
Looks like the Garcia's got a new car.
What'd they get?
I don't know. It's pretty nice. Maybe he got a raise.
Good for him.
Good for her.
The expectation-shattering Buick Enclave.
During the Buick Holiday event, make your best deal on an Enclave in stock the longest and get cash back for 20% of the MSRP. That's nearly $9,600 on this all-wheel drive 2015 Enclave. Hurry, this offer ends January 2nd.
New Move Free Ultra brings a revolution to joint health. It's the smallest joint health pill, now with a new triple action formula for joint, cartilage, and bone health. Move on to new Move Free Ultra.
You owned your car for 4 years. You named it Brad. You loved Brad. And then you totaled him. You two had been through everything together. 2 boyfriends, 3 jobs. You're like, nothing can replace Brad. Then Liberty Mutual calls. And you break into your happy dance.
If you sign up for Better Car Replacement, we'll pay for a car that's a model year newer with 15,000 fewer miles than your old one. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
We're back. Sunday, old habits die hard.
I thought Grandma said she don't want you licking any more rocks.
What happens on the mountain stays on the mountain. And danger lurks.
Did you hear something?
On the Cardwell Glen.
Awesome is watching hit movies like Divergent here. And the biggest hit shows here.
My head's caught.
Or even here. Anywhere you want. Anytime you want. This is awesome. This is HBO on Xfinity. Get your favorite series and movies with HBO. Plus, upgrade to digital preferred TV and get over 80 additional channels. Upgrade now for $14.99 more a month for 12 months. Call 1-800-XFINITY or go online today.
Hey, what are you doing?
I was thinking about taking the speed test from Comcast Business.
Oh, yeah? If they can't give us faster internet or save us money, they'll give us $150?
Sounds like a win-win.
Guys, faster internet? I have never been on the internet, and I am doing pretty well.
Does he even work here?
Don't listen to the naysayer. Take the Comcast Business Speed Test.
Get faster speeds or more savings, or we'll give you $150. Comcast Business. Built for business.
855-723-7900. That's 855-723-7900.
The wildest weather ever caught on camera. Oh my God! Tonight, tomorrow night, every weeknight. Wild weather at 8 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. This afternoon, mainly cloudy, a few peaks of sunshine possible. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 83. Tonight, variable clouds with scattered thunderstorms. Low 67. Chance of rain 60%. Thursday, morning showers. High 75. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Well, just before yesterday, severe weather struck with deadly results in Mississippi. It hit in Louisiana.
The National Weather Service now says it was an EF2 tornado that hit near Amite in Tangipahoa Parish. The tornado ripped the roof off of a house, damaged other property, and tore down trees and power lines. All told, the tornado's path was about 4.5 miles, with estimated winds at about 115 miles an hour. And we see that damage a lot of times afterward. But we can't always wrap our minds around what 115 miles an hour looks like. It's terrifying.
Oh, it's terrifying. It's a life changer. We're starting to hear from survivors, too.
Yeah, one woman and her family shared their tale of surviving one of Mississippi's tornadoes in a truck.
I can't even describe it. It was such a terrible looking like everything hitting the car and looking like I'm trying to take it up off the ground and everything just rocking and shaking. That's what was happening. And I bowed down. I remember that, my head like this. And I was just saying, help us. Take care of us. Take care of us. And he did. He took care of us. We allowed every one of us. He came out of that, what you see right there. And my son-in-law also.
Did you think for a moment that you might lose not only the house, but your son?
I didn't think about nothing because it was so quick done. I couldn't think, only just to pray. That's all I could do. I couldn't even think, and when I did get out of the car, I didn't think about him, but my daughter did. And she went kind of walking fast and calling him. And she said the house is gone. When I looked up, everything gone. Everything gone.
Wow.
You let that sink in for a minute.
Yeah.
And we were just saying it's so hard to comprehend 115 miles an hour and what it looks like. It looks like what you saw there. And that was more than 115 because that was rated an EF3 tornado in Columbia, Mississippi.
Right. And all the windows were out in that SUV.
Well, I've seen...
I mean, where did that glass go? She seemed like she didn't have a mark on her. She's very fortunate.
I've seen a lot of EF3 damage, and I have to say it's a miracle that truck was sitting upright and that they were able to get out of it, because most of the time you see these cars completely flipped over and smashed, and they were very, very lucky.
Very fortunate. Well, with much of the town of Columbia without power and residents of 2 other counties in need as well, the Red Cross has set up a shelter in Foxworth, Mississippi. Victims of the tornadoes that hit in Marion, Jones, and Lamar counties can seek shelter at the Mount Carmel Church of God.
So important at this time, right around the holidays. People at the shelter tell us that many of the affected residents are out surveying damage so far today, and they expect to see more people there throughout the day and through the evening as well. Now, this, what you see on your camera here, or on your TV here, is what record-setting rain looks like in Florida. This is in Tallahassee. Our own Mike Seidel took these pictures in this video that you see here of cars trying to drive through this rain, which is never a good idea because there were reports of some high water rescues as a result of folks trying to drive through this high water. It puts yourself at risk. It puts those that are trying to rescue you at risk. And we have the risk of more flooding rain. Is that right, Dave?
Well, we do, but it's, the front is on the move at this point. But check on the numbers. We just saw it. Now look at the numbers here. This is Tallahassee. We had our wettest December day ever in the history of record keeping yesterday. 7.44 inches for a 2-day rainfall total of nearly 8 inches. That's too much rain in too short a period of time. It doesn't have time to drain away. So we end up with flooding. And as Kate just said, don't drive through because we don't want to occupy emergency people trying to get you out because your car flooded out when they should be helping somebody who's having a medical emergency. That's something else to keep in mind, even though you think you might be able to make it through. Sean, I think I need some help advancing these graphics. We are in Max 2, I believe. So the rain is over in Tallahassee. We've had a few sprinkles. Now the heavy rain is falling in Philadelphia and up toward New York City. It's coming down hard. It will be moving into Boston here shortly. The whole I-95 corridor all the way southward into North Florida, we still have very wet weather, but it's only wet. If you are dreaming of a wet Christmas, you got it. Wet through tonight and into tomorrow morning here in Boston. Clearing out for Christmas afternoon in New York. Now this.
Hey, Mom, can I have a hot chocolate?
We'll all have hot cocoa.
Ma'am, need a strong pot of Joe.
The all-new Keurig 2.0.
New Move Free Ultra brings a revolution to joint health. It's the smallest joint health pill, now with a new triple action formula for joint, cartilage, and bone health. Move on to new Move Free Ultra.
There's confidence. Then there's trusting your vehicle maintenance to Ford Service confidence. Our expertise, technology, and high-quality parts mean your peace of mind. It's no wonder last year we sold over 3 million tires. And during the big tire event, get up to $140 in mail-in rebates on 4 select tires.
Are you embarrassed by your constant losing battle with calloused feet? You've tried filing and scraping and your feet still are not smooth. Introducing the amazing Personal Petty. Just one press and Personal Petty does all the rest. You just roll the callus away with the rotating micro mineral that quickly removes hard, ugly calluses, leaving your feet callus-free. Then finish with the buffing roller. Buff, smooth, and massage your feet. It looks and feels so good. Look, you went from this to this, and it felt like a foot massage. And to clean, remove the roller and rinse underwater. The secret is the 1800 RPM rotation of the mineral roller that loosens and lifts the hard, ugly calluses. The smoothing roller leaves a polished, perfect look and feel.
When I first used the Personal Petty, I knew it was the real deal. It saves time, it does a great job, and my feet feel so good, and I'm not afraid to wear my sexy heels again.
This revolutionary foot care system is waterproof, so you can use right in the shower.
I just don't have time to battle with my calluses all day. Now that I can do it in the shower, it's part of my daily routine.
Just look at the difference.
I cannot remember the last time my heels were soft. Now, with my Personal Petty, they look and feel amazing.
With the Personal Petty, you can even remove those stubborn hand calluses. Look, gone right before your eyes. Order your Personal Petty with removal roller plus smooth and polish roller, all for only $19.95. But hold on, replacement rollers can be expensive. Order today and receive your free lifetime replacement certificate for both rollers. You heard right. You'll get the Personal Petty kit with 2 rollers, plus the lifetime replacement certificate, and our 90-day satisfaction callus-free guarantee, all for only $19.95. This offer is not available in stores. Order now.
To get your Personal Petty, call 1-800-715-0494. This offer is not available in stores, so call 1-800-715-0494. That's 1-800-715-0494 and order your Personal Petty today.
We're back.
Sunday, Old habits die hard.
I thought Grandma said she don't want you licking any more rocks.
What happens on the mountain stays on the mountain.
And danger lurks.
Did you hear something?
On the Cardwell Plain.
It's spooky up here, dude.
What there? What is that?
Prospectors, new episode Sunday night at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. This afternoon, mainly cloudy, a few peaks of sunshine possible. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 83. Tonight, variable clouds with scattered thunderstorms. Low 67. Chance of rain 60%. Thursday, morning showers. High 75. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
See this winter like never before. Amazing starts here. The Weather Channel mornings.
Welcome back to Weather Center Live as we cover the aftermath of yesterday's powerful and deadly storms that ripped through the South. I'm Dave Schwartz.
And I'm Kate Parker. We've seen a lot of damage from these storms, and they claimed 4 lives in Mississippi.
Now, this is perhaps one of the most powerful images we've seen. An ambulance blown over in the strong winds while this tornado was happening in southern Mississippi. Now, homes and businesses were damaged, power was knocked out to thousands, and that energy is on the move. Kate's tracking what's active on the radar right now.
Yes, let's go ahead and take a look. We're taking kind of a wider view here. And we're watching these showers and these thunderstorms plow through the east. Take a look at this. Right through right here, through the Big Bend, we're seeing these showers and thunderstorms travel. That's where the front is located. You'll watch them go through North Florida and then make their way into the eastern portions of Georgia. So eventually, Savannah, St. Simon's Island, along the coast of Georgia, you're going to be seeing these rumbles of thunder. We did get the report of a small EF1 tornado in North Carolina already today. So take a look here. This is right in the Gulf of Mexico, you'll notice here. So Spring Hill on the west coast of Florida, you're going to be noticing a little bit of this rain coming up soon. And you'll watch this push towards St. Petersburg, Tampa in the next hour or two. But where it's already raining, Lake City. You're used to it there. You're used to those rumbles of thunder, but this is going to last for a while. This rain isn't letting up quickly. You'll notice that this rain extends back behind that. Fargo, you just saw this line come through. For Jacksonville, you're up in the next hour with these rumbles of thunder. So be prepared for that on this Christmas Eve. In fact, here's a look at your forecast. You'll notice that through the afternoon hours, starting around 3 p.m., temperature is nice and warm for you. Really not too bad, but we are going to watch those temperatures slowly drop off overnight, and so does that rain threat. By the time we get to later on this evening, we watch that rain move on out of here, so that is a little bit of good news for you. Now, here's a view of what's happening in Georgia right now. You'll watch these thunderstorms. Like I said, they're just crossing over I-95. They're heading towards Savannah as we speak. We're eventually going to see them in Hilton Head as well as Beaufort there. So here's what it looks like in Charleston, South Carolina. Thunderstorms through dinner time for your Christmas Eve plans. If you're heading out to like a midnight mass or anything, things should be clearing up by the time we head through the overnight hours, just in time for Santa to come, Dave.
And pretty warm too, huh?
Yeah.
Now, this is the power of a tornado. A roof ripped off a daycare facility in Mississippi. This happened in Summerall near Hattiesburg. There were children inside when it happened. Fortunately, no one was hurt.
There were no injuries. There were approximately 30 children inside the building when the tornado hit, and it just took the tin roof off the building. They evacuated to Citizens Bank. Citizens Bank provided shelter for us, too. We've got a few trees down here and there, but nothing major.
So how did the storm form, and what kind of winds caused this damage? Let's go out into the lab for expert analysis and storm specialist Dr. Greg Postel.
Dave, thank you very much. Let's go back now to yesterday morning and show you on the weather maps the kind of setup that we had. You kind of had that feel like there was going to be severe weather. It was an uneasy feeling. Look at the weather charts. By, say, 6 in the morning Central Time, you started to see some big thunderstorms down here in the deep south. And a few hours later, we started to see more and more development, and by, say, noon, this is the kind of thing that became common in the early afternoon. It sounds like this. This was some of the tornadoes that moved through, or one of them anyway, that moved through near Ellis, Mississippi. Wow. And there's the sound of the siren. Some pretty scary stuff, guys. I've been in situations like that, heard those sirens, and when you hear them, you need to take cover. Now, let's go now back to the weather maps, and I can sort of walk us through that same storm. And I think it may have been the same storm that went from Louisiana with the tornado near Amite all the way through Summerall, Columbia, and into parts of Laurel, Mississippi. So let's have a look. We had the stuff really getting going in two separate pieces. One here, there was loosely organized along a cold front. There, the storms are loosely organized along the warm front, and right in here the air mass was becoming more and more ripe for tornadic thunderstorms. And there they go in the afternoon. There, all those red dots were those tornado reports. And then fortunately by about midnight last night things began to quiet down substantially. So let's have a look at the setup then. By about 3 o'clock, which was roughly tornado time in this area, what we had was an atmosphere that really didn't have that much instability. It's called CAPE, convective available potential energy, the kind of energy that thunderstorms need to grow big and strong. There was not that much of it, very interestingly. However, there was a lot of very high shear, and this combination led to the favorable condition for isolated tornadoes, which is exactly what we had. We have some photos now across the region of some of the damage along, I think this was near Columbia, Mississippi, and indeed it was. Look at some of that damage right there, and that is the kind of tornado that moved through. Now let me go back to the maps, because I have some interesting data to show you right in here from the velocity scan, which was near, there's Amite, Louisiana, and there, keep an eye on that velocity couplet right in here, because it moved basically toward the northeast fairly quickly and obviously, and you can step through here and show you that that velocity couplet found its way near Columbia. There it was right there, and also it continued on its path. Let me move everything forward and show you that from here on it moved on in that direction through Summerall and eventually made it in to Laurel. Let me step through and I can show you. There it goes, guys, through Summerall and on off toward Laurel, Mississippi. Right in here is where the circulation would be, continuing to move along the way. So very strong rotation, likely associated with one supercell that produced tornadoes cyclically along the way, all the way from Louisiana through parts of southern Mississippi. Fascinating stuff. Next time at the bottom of the hour, I'm going to look at some of those velocity data and show you how fast those winds were blowing. Guys, back to you in the studio.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Greg Postel there. Now, as we mentioned earlier, the roof was ripped off of a daycare center in Summerall, Mississippi yesterday. This was while several children were inside. Joining me now on the phone is the director of Kids Campus, Diane Preston. Diane, we know that this is a very hard day for you. A lot of cleanup going on. Very scary day yesterday. How are you feeling right now?
Well, I'm feeling much better than I did yesterday. I'm not as nervous.
Now, I assume by nervous you mean incredibly nerve-wracking moments. Whenever the roof was torn off with these kids inside, what did you do as that warning came through to make sure those kids were safe?
Well, we first had an alert from WDAM that came across my cell phone. At that point, I started getting the kids in the hallway. We got in the hallway, anchored down with cover over their heads and mats over their heads and all that I could find. And all of a sudden, I heard this sound that was like a roaring sound, and it sounded like a truck or some kind of vehicle had hit our building. And by then, the power went out, and insulation just started to fly. Well, I made sure that the kids were okay. I looked down the hallway after it was all over because it happened so suddenly. And I looked down the hallway, and we had water coming in. We had 35 kids in our building. We had 7 employees there. And I saw the water coming in, and we just automatically went into alert. We started to get the moving vans and my vehicle, and we just started piling the kids up in there.
Diane, we've got to go, but thank you so much for that story and for keeping those kids safe. We've got more coming up next.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees under cloudy skies. This afternoon, mainly cloudy, a few peaks of sunshine possible. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 83. Tonight, variable clouds with scattered thunderstorms. Low 67. Chance of rain 60%. Thursday, morning showers. High 75. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Ring, ring.
Progresso.
It's okay that your soup tastes like my homemade.
It's our slow-simmered vegetables and tender white meat chicken.
Apology accepted. I'm watching you, soup people.
Make it Progresso or make it yourself.
All right, listen up. Out on that field today, you will be ready for anything. And I want you to always remember, this is the greatest team you will ever be part of.
There's a team that makes a real difference in the world. Join the team that makes a difference.
So much to shop for.
I still have a lot of gifts to get.
I have so many people on my list. Burlington.
They've got bags, they've got boots, PJs, toys,
Watches, coats, great deals.
Barbie dolls. They've got stocking stuffers.
There's always new gifts arriving.
Everything you need.
High five.
What's that? Wow. Hello, humans. Focus on me.
Focus on the guard. Don't tell anyone what you've seen in here.
Have you seen what's in there? They have
Intel. This is where it all changes.
No pictures of trucks pulling boats. No photos of men working on ranches. Just a Ram 1500 Eco Diesel that gets 156 more miles per tank than the Ford F-150 EcoBoost. Get more facts at ramtrucks.com.
New Move Free Ultra brings a revolution to joint health. It's the smallest joint health pill, now with a new triple action formula for joint, cartilage, and bone health. Move on to new Move Free Ultra.
Oh, this is perfect for Grandpa. Oh, Dad is going to love this. And Aunt Susie sure can use these.
WeatherTech floor liners make the perfect holiday gift for everyone on your list. WeatherTech floor liners are laser measured to custom fit and protect your specific make and model. Check out all of our automotive accessories at WeatherTech.com or call 1-800-CarMats. Complete protection, completely American made. WeatherTech.com. Happy holidays from WeatherTech.
Okay, as we mentioned right before your local on the 8th, the roof was ripped off of a daycare in the center in Summerall, Mississippi yesterday, and this was while several children were inside. We are talking to Diane Preston. She is the director of Kids Campus. And Diane, thank you for staying with us.
Yes, ma'am.
So you had the kids, and you guys were in the hallway taking cover. Was the roof ripped off before or after you had some rescue workers come and evacuate you?
It was ripped off before the rescue workers got there. But then we kicked into evacuation mode before they got there. We just started gathering the kids up, putting them in our own vehicles to take them next door to the Citizen Bank.
Got it. Were you aware of a tornado warning that was in effect for your county? Or you just...
Yes, I was.
You were, okay.
Yes.
That must have been something to know that you were responsible in an acute way for the lives of your staff and all these kids.
Well, it was, and I work. I love the kids, and I do what I do because of the kids. So I vowed to take care of those kids.
Wow.
And how were they feeling during this? This is obviously a scary thing for an adult, but children have maybe a harder time processing what exactly is going on. Were the kids clearly upset?
They were upset, but we calmed them down by giving them books and talking to them. And as we evacuated, they were upset, and they were all wet and soaked. But we talked to them, and that made them feel better.
You seem to have just the approach to life that was perfect in an emergency situation like that. Do you think you were as level-headed yesterday as you're sounding to us right now?
Yes, sir. I think during that time I was level-headed, but after it was all over, it really kicked into me what had really happened.
What had really happened. Were you able to sleep last night?
No, sir. I have not slept all night.
So now this is something that you're a director of, and this is a place of work, a place where people take their kids for daycare. You know, have you guys already started the process of getting some tarps over the roof, doing some process to get that going?
Well, shortly ago, I spoke with my boss, which is the owner, and she informed me that we will be moving to a church here in Summerall Monday until we can get our building up to date. So we'll be working at the church starting Monday.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you keeping all those kids safe. You know, that's what is most important in this time. Obviously, if you hadn't been as proactive getting them in a safe place, if you guys had been outside and you hadn't gotten that warning on your phone, that alert, and gotten them inside, been safe about it, it could have been a much different story. So we're so thankful that we had you, Diane.
We sure are.
Ma'am.
Thank you so
ma'am.
much.
Okay,
Thank you.
Let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on with LaGuardia. Kind of switching gears here and going back to our holiday travel, because there are a lot of people that are trying to get out and about, but this is what it looks like. Look at all the folks sleeping in New York's LaGuardia Airport, spending the night there because there were so many travel delays. And so folks, they did what they could. They took naps. As someone who has a hard time sleeping, Dave, I have to say, I am thoroughly impressed by the skills of those nappers.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when it gets to that point, you just have to crash, and I think that's what's happening. No, the plane didn't crash. No, I didn't say that. The planes are coming in nicely now. Let's bring that right on. There you go. Gate 27C. Good. Now, the delays. Well, it looks like Philadelphia now and San Francisco. We got another storm moving in from California now, a snowstorm for Salt Lake City late tonight. You're going to wake up to a beautifully white, snowy Christmas day. But some travel problems here, certainly in the West. Let's check on the delays right now. Checking on the big board, and we find that, well, just 46 minutes at San Francisco. All these other Western airports, we are doing just fine. LaGuardia, though, we have some delays due to low ceilings, a lot of that here in the Northeast. Chicago, we're forecasting on Saturday, if that's a travel day, there could be some delays in Chicago due to some light rain, light snow mix. Memphis, some light rain, low ceilings, could be some delays at the airport. And your best chance of spending a little more time at the airport than you'd planned would be in New Orleans. Houston could have some thunderstorms too, as that snowstorm comes around the bend into the deep south, bringing some rain there for the early part of the weekend. So travelers, that's something to keep in mind. So there you have it, my friend. Interstate 95 is a mess today. Sunday, it'll be a mess again as the next storm comes up the coast. Once again, all rain. No rain on no snow on I-95 today, and there won't be any on Sunday either. So Tomorrow looks good on the East Coast. Saturday looks good on the East Coast. Friday looks good on the East Coast. Sunday does not.
Okay.
Kate, back to you.
A lot of our focus today, Dave, has been around the deadly storms that move through the South and the cleanup efforts that are just beginning. But we also have a named winter storm to talk about. Who's in for snow tonight? And could anyone see a white Christmas? Those details are coming up in our winter weather update. That's all happening right after your local on the 8th.
New Move Free Ultra brings a revolution to joint health. It's the smallest joint health pill, now with a new triple action formula for joint, cartilage, and bone health. Move on to new Move Free Ultra.
Attention injured Stryker hip implant patients implanted since 2008. Stryker has just announced a $1.4 billion settlement for patients injured by its defective hip implants. If you've suffered any symptoms, had replacement surgery, or received a recall notice, you may be eligible for compensation, but you must act quickly. Wait too long and you could lose your right to compensation forever. Cases are settling now. There is no obligation and no fee unless we win. Call 1-888-958-0000 now for more information.
This week on the Weather Channel Mornings, we're tracking a major winter storm that could bring torrential rain or snow to much of the country, affecting the plans for millions of holiday travelers. Stay weather ready this holiday, all this week on Wake Up with Al and America's Morning Headquarters, only on the Weather Channel Mornings.
Every Sunday night. Get down now! Prospectors, the $1 Million Mountain. Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees under cloudy skies. This afternoon, mainly cloudy, a few peaks of sunshine possible. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 83. Tonight, variable clouds with scattered thunderstorms. Low 67. Chance of rain 60%. Thursday, morning showers. High 75. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Check out one of the hottest gift ideas this Christmas, Beats Pill XL.
Now available with special financing when you use your Walmart credit card. They're Bluetooth enabled so you can stream a song to one Beats Pill.
And pair it with another Beats Pill for huge stereo sound. Oh, dance off. Uh-oh. What? Oh.
What?
Nothing.
Ooh. Is the room spinning?
No, just you.
And now get special financing when you use your Walmart credit card. More ways to Christmas joy. Walmart.
This is a pip.
It's part of a Hershey's bar.
We break it.
We bite it.
We sneak it.
We smush it. We savor it.
We love it.
Hershey's is mine. Yours.
Our chocolate.
If you're driving and you can't see clearly for 1 second at 60 miles per hour, you can't see clearly for 88 feet. And a lot can happen in 88 feet. That's why Bosch created the new Icon with ClearMax 365. It's a rubber technology for longer lasting performance, not found on any other wiper blade. Because like you, Bosch cares about what's ahead.
Sir, we're loaded and getting ready to go. We're gonna need you on the runway.
Don't let a severe cold hold you back.
Sir?
Theraflu starts to get to work in your body in just 5 minutes. Theraflu breaks you free from your worst cold and flu symptoms.
Seriously? Where do you think you're going?
To work? With you? It's Taco Tuesday.
You're not coming. I took Mucinex to help get rid of my mucousy congestion.
Oh, right. Then I'll swing by in like 4 hours. Just set aside a few tacos for me.
Forget the tacos. One pill lasts 12 hours. I'm good all day.
Wait. Your loss. I was gonna wear a sombrero.
Only Mucinex has a bi-layer tablet that starts fast and keeps working. Not 4, not 6, but 12 full hours. Start the relief, ditch the misery. Let's end this.
I'd rather do anything else than sit at a dealership. It's a lot of haggling, and it takes so long.
Craig's experience is completely different than mine.
Yeah. Yes, Mike has used TrueCar.
At TrueCar, we'll show you how much others paid for the car you want and how much you should.
Because I used TrueCar, there was no haggling about the price. They treated me so well, and it was just such a quick, easy experience.
Get your car and get back to the life you love. Welcome to the future of car buying.
There's no obligation, and you can receive a decision in minutes. Visit us online at ondeck.com today.
The wildest weather ever caught on camera. Oh my God! Tonight, tomorrow night, every weeknight. Wild weather at 8 on the Weather Channel.
Welcome back. Time for our winter weather update. We have icy conditions on some North Dakota roadways, led to crashes like what you see here. One in Cass County, 2 teenagers had to be rescued from a car, showing you how dangerous that ice is. I mean, the snow, it's kind of bothersome, but the ice, it's so dangerous. We're here in the lab with Dr. Greg Postel. We got to hear what's going on. Do we have any more threats of ice?
No, I don't think so. Temperature's a little bit too warm, low to mid 30s across the region near Chicago and western Michigan. I think we're going to see this turn over to a band of snow later on today. And, you know, we had talked about that a couple of days ago, that maybe there was a shot that Chicago would see some snow. Now everything has shifted a little bit farther to the east. So I think Michigan, parts of Grand Rapids, Saginaw, a little bit further to the west than Detroit, but we'll see maybe an inch or two.
And they had Grand Rapids had this significant snowfall event earlier this year. I mean, just tremendous. And the one day a year that you want snow is Christmas. So it looks like they make it a white Christmas?
They might. And let's time it out with the radar. You can see the radar's thinking that there's going to be some snow, but again, marginal temperatures. So I think the roads will be wet. Good news.
But maybe some sticking on the grass?
Maybe some sticking on the grass. I think that's right. And then all gone, though, by about 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. There may be some lake effect snows downwind of Erie and Ontario. So Cleveland, Buffalo, maybe some scattered snow showers. But that's about it. Really conversational snow and sort of mood-like snow, I guess, right? For the holidays?
Just setting the mood for this evening. If you're maybe going to some Christmas services or something, setting the mood.
I'll take it.
But we have a named storm.
Yeah, we do.
Wait a second.
Yes, it's named Eris. How about that? And look at these much more substantial totals that are in play, we think, for the next couple of days over the Rockies. Salt Lake City, Denver also.
So a lot of these are higher elevations. You know, you're in the Rockies. You've got resorts that are saying, hey, I'd really love a little snow for some people who are trying to get out and do some snow sports. They're going to get it.
And we say, hey, you're going to get it, which is really good.
You're going to get it.
You're going to get it, and you're going to love it, too, because this is really good snow. It's going to be powdery stuff, and it's coming in off the Pacific. High water content will be available, and you can see the little swirly, I wouldn't say so little really anymore, but right in here in the water vapor image, that's the guy that's going to be headed that way and unload some of those snow totals in the Rockies.
So it looks like it's clearing out here on the West Coast. The Cascades, are there still going to be some snow there overnight, or is that coming to an end? We're moving more into the Rockies.
I think we're going to be moving into the Rockies. There's the upper level disturbance pretty clearly moving its way toward the Four Corners tomorrow during the afternoon, and that is going to be there for a couple of days. So it's not going to be a few hours worth of snow. That trough in the west, right in here, that cold pocket aloft, that's good news. If you're a skier in the Rockies, you want a weather map that looks like that, and you know what? You're going to get it.
So Merry Christmas to you and Happy New Year, too. We'll get it sticking around. Thank you so much, Dr. Greg Postel, getting us updated on that. Let's go back to Dave in the studio.
Thank you, guys. Well, when weather's at its worst, situations can turn dangerous fast. As we look back on 2014, we're counting down the year's best weather rescues caught on camera. Dave Malkoff has the top 5.
Presenting the top 5 weather rescues of 2014, starting off with number 5, Oso, Washington. 43 people died when mud and debris covered a rural neighborhood. Along with the human survivors, several dogs were trapped in the wreckage. Who could forget this pup in desperate need of a bath? Number 4, August 14th in Phoenix, right outside fire station number 57. You can see a man standing on his silver car here and jumping to the nearby engine. The man was saved, but the car was swept away in the floodwaters just seconds after his leap of faith. Number 3, a California couple on a cross-country trip got only as far as Nevada when a September flash flood swept their van away.
I said, you can do this. And she said, I can't, hold on. And then she was gone.
Margie Miller actually floated away from her husband only to be rescued downstream. In this number 2 clip, it's the Hawaii Coast Guard to the rescue for 67-year-old Ron Ingram. After floating for 12 days, lost at sea on a 25-foot sailboat, he was found weak, hungry, and dehydrated, but alive. And the number 1 rescue of the year's got to be the one that took place on the highest mountain on the planet. This avalanche killed 16 Sherpa guides on Mount Everest. Dozens of climbers ventured up to the disaster zone at 19,000 feet to search for victims. Helicopters landed on ledges of ice. Others hovered above, sending long lines below to attach to stretchers that would swing and twist in the wind, carrying out the injured and dead. April 18th, the deadliest day on Mount Everest, but for the survivors, the most daring rescue of the year. Dave Malkoff, The Weather Channel.
Thank you, Dave. Well, we're here this evening covering the weather stories that matter to you. Like the recovery underway in Louisiana and Mississippi right now after severe storms killed 4 yesterday. Continuing coverage in just 60 seconds.
Currently in our area, 82 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. This afternoon, mainly cloudy, a few peaks of sunshine possible. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 83. Tonight, variable clouds with scattered thunderstorms. Low 67. Chance of rain 60%. Thursday, morning showers. High 75. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Wow. It's total. My house is total.
Residents stunned, shaken, saddened after deadly and damaging tornadoes ripped through Mississippi. The push to help those who have lost everything and the threat of more storms from the south to the mid-Atlantic.
Plus a new winter storm where Eris will add to a week filled with flight delays and roads closed due to the weather.
From the Weather Channel headquarters in Atlanta, you're watching Weather Center Live.
Weather tragedy, storms on the move, and a new winter storm. Weather challenges are not letting up on this day before Christmas. I'm Dave Schwartz.
And I'm Kate Parker. In Mississippi, at least one tornado has now been confirmed. The National Weather Service investigators saw evidence of an EF3 tornado in Columbia, Mississippi, flattening homes. And EF2 damage has been seen in Laurel. That's just up the road. So it could possibly have been one track. We'll see how that goes whenever they finish evaluating that. The homes demolished, leaving 4 people dead in all. We have more on the impacts of this devastating day of tornadoes yesterday in Mississippi.
Oh, yeah, it was big. Fortunately, the activity is weakened. These are the remains of what was along that cold front here yesterday heading toward the East Coast.
Yeah, obviously a little on the active side right now. The good news is that we don't have any warnings out there. What we're looking at are some thunderstorms. Yes, they are going to dampen your Christmas Eve plans. It's going to be wet. You're going to hear those rumbles of thunder, but we don't have any severe thunderstorm warnings at this moment.
But there's some drenching rain out there, so be careful on the road. Well, it's not just rain. Slick roads are giving some drivers fits. We've got snow in the heartland and a winter storm that'll bring more to the west. We'll show you where in just a few minutes. But first, towns in Mississippi struggle after tornadoes slashed through at least 3 counties in the state. This is one of those twisters caught on tape through a window as it approached.
Yeah, it's kind of tough to make out there. You can obviously see some debris flying there. It shows you if this is what you're looking at now. This is the aftermath of one of those tornadoes in Columbia, Mississippi. 2 of the 4 victims of yesterday's storms did die here, where you're looking at these pictures, and you can see why. The damage is significant. 50 other people, other than those 2 that passed away, were injured in this, and that's a pretty high number for a tornado. And clearly, the damage significant. EF3, this is a significant tornado.
Right. This is just timber. This is just kindling for a fire, at least at this point.
That were
There's
once
nothing
homes
left,
that
really.
people were taking cover in.
Yeah, it's tragic. And our own Keith Carson was out there in Columbia, Mississippi earlier today.
Yeah, he shows us more of what that tornado did to this community.
Here in Columbia, Mississippi, extensive damage from the tornado that ripped through yesterday afternoon. Looking across the street, this is Route 13, and the tornado went right across, west to east, across this street, and obviously damaged a ton of homes. And damage is actually probably an understatement, because there was an entire structure there. It was a beauty salon. That is gone. It's swept off its foundation. And a bunch of mobile homes in the background. We're told by people who live here, there were mobile homes there. Again, you're not going to find them unless you look up in the trees. Everywhere you look, there's reminders of things just being tossed far. Normal life things like microwave just sitting here in the middle of this parking lot. Obviously not where it was. We don't know if it came from that building or from across the street. We've got all kinds of metal wrapped around things here on the ground, also out above us. And it's going to take a while to get things back to normal. What they're doing right now is trying to get the power back on, because the entire town, I think it was 3 households that had power this morning, and the rest of them didn't. So these gentlemen here trying to get that done, erecting new power poles, clearing debris. All of this, of course, coming on Christmas Eve, and you cannot underestimate the emotional side of this. There was a woman out here earlier, and she was hugging another woman, and they had a Santa hat on, and they're looking at what was once their beauty bar, their beauty salon, and also their grandmother's house taken out at the same time. So it'll be a while for recovery here, and unfortunately falling on the Christmas holiday. Back to you.
And joining us now is Eric Carpenter. He's with the National Weather Service office in Jackson, Mississippi. Good to have you with us, Eric.
Now, Eric, you've been gathering some details about this tornado. So you've been out there, you've had your teams out there investigating the damage today, but we've got to know, what's the deal here? 1 tornado, 2 tornadoes, long track tornado that made its way through Mississippi?
Right now, there's a good possibility that it's 2 tornadoes, but we're not completely sure. Survey teams are still trying to hook up with that. There's still a good bit of land that needs to be covered for the survey. But the most extensive damage is in the Columbia area. We do officially have a rating of EF3 in Columbia, and we also have EF2 damage in the Laurel, Mississippi area.
So what are you estimating these winds to have been in Columbia and Laurel?
Right now, it looks like it's on the high end of the EF3 scale, which means we're looking at winds in excess of maybe 150 miles an hour, getting close to 160 miles an hour.
Yikes.
That's the estimate right now.
I mean, I don't know that most of our viewers that are with us right now can really put that into perspective, what a 150 mile an hour wind looks and feels like.
How about Hurricane Andrew for a minute?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, Eric, the damage that you've seen, have you seen a lot of people that are out there today trying to pick up the pieces, get their lives back together?
Definitely. I'm not actually out there, but I am coordinating with the survey teams, and I'm sure they're seeing a lot of that. And just to let you know, Laurel, Mississippi, the wind speeds there were estimated at around 125 miles an hour.
Man, so this is, they're almost in a direct line from one another, and it seems like there was some damage that we've heard of and seen also in Sumrall. So is there a chance that this could have been kind of a tornado that skipped along with the same cell?
Right. It's with the same storm, but there could have been multiple tornadoes with the same storm. It's hard to say, but Sumrall has very significant damage as well.
Okay, so you guys are estimating you'll be done wrapping up this damage survey at what time?
Right now, we are guessing that by sunset, which is a little before 5 o'clock, we should have things as ready as they'll be. So it'll be soon, but still need to check the damage around Sumrall.
Okay. All right. Well, then we know that you'll do that.
Yeah. Thanks so much for spending some time with us today, my friend. I'm sure you're a busy guy after yesterday. Well, the rain is on the move today. Just one piece of trouble we're tracking for you right now.
Now this, what you're seeing here, all too common aside, at airports this week, how many flights have been delayed due to weather, and more in this busy week of holiday travel.
Hey, guess what day it is?
Hump day!
Hump day! It's hump day!
Yeah.
Hey, Mike! Mike!
Mike!
Guess what day it is? Hey, Camel! Guess what day it is?
It's not even Wednesday.
Let it go, Phil. If you're a camel, you put up with this all the time. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Okay.
Sweetie, I'd love a hazelnut.
Mom, Dad, Big Uncle Wayne.
Hot chocolate.
Green tea.
Decaf, cuz.
Wow.
I'm dying for herbal tea.
The all-new Keurig 2.0.
New Move Free Ultra brings a revolution to joint health. It's the smallest joint health pill, now with a new triple action formula for joint, cartilage, and bone health. Move on to new Move Free Ultra.
This week on the Weather Channel Mornings, we're tracking a major winter storm that could bring torrential rain or snow to much of the country, affecting the plans for millions of holiday travelers. Stay weather ready this holiday, all this week on Wake Up with Al and America's Morning Headquarters, only on the Weather Channel Mornings.
Currently in our area, 82 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, scattered showers or thunderstorms. Low 67. Chance of rain 60%. Thursday, chance of a morning shower. Cloudy, high 75. Thursday night, cloudy skies. Slight chance of a rain shower. Low 68. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Weather Channel unearths the investigations, the mysteries.
Nobody was flying the plane.
Why planes crash. Mondays at 9, here on the Weather Channel.
Every truck can tow a boat. Every truck can climb a hill. Every truck can haul a trailer. But not everyone can say they're the fastest growing truck brand in America. Guts, glory, Ram.
At Intel, they have technology that lets you change focus after you take a picture. So if things don't work out, you can refocus to just see yourself.
Intel, this is where it all changes.
It's like they've seen the future.
So much to shop for.
I still have a lot of gifts to get.
I have so many people on my list.
Burlington. They've got bags, they've got boots, PJs, toys,
watches, coats, great deals.
Barbie dolls. They've got stocking stuffers.
There's always new gifts arriving.
Everything you need.
High five.
Well, you needed your patience more than ever. It was flights out of Midway this morning. Low clouds and the threat of snow made for some serious flight delays. In fact, this week we've seen more than 11,000 flight delays, many of them due to the weather. In fact, as a meteorologist, I always like to notify my friends of what delays you may have. My best friend's flight out of Chicago this morning, she decided to drive instead. That was probably a good bet. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the delays that are going on right now across the country. There's the plane. Here's the board. We do have delays out of San Francisco right now, as well as Philadelphia, but you'll notice most spots are actually green. So there's some good news for you. That's what you want to be seeing. So let's go ahead and go to the boards. I want to show you what we've got working. As far as these delays are concerned in Philly, you'll notice that we do have a 1-hour delay going on there. Yesterday, we had a 2-hour delay and a ground stop at one point thanks to low ceilings. So we have seen some issues there. Let's talk about what you could see as we move forward, though, because it's not just today and tomorrow that are busy holiday travel days. In fact, tomorrow, not that busy of a travel day, but Saturday, boy, will it be. And Chicago, you could again see some delays delays thanks to some snowflakes in your forecast. New Orleans, the concern there is that you have thunderstorms in the forecast. So you have a moderate risk of delays in that area. Now, here's what it looks like through New England in the Northeast. You'll notice that we do have a lot of this rain. You've got this rain shield in place. You've got low ceilings. It's not out of the question that we could see more delays tonight. However, the good news is the only place we have delays right now, Philadelphia. It is raining there currently, so we do currently have that. And if you're looking to drive along I-95 in Boston, it's going to be wet. Please be careful on this Christmas Eve. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at Salt Lake City. And we have a new named winter storm. You wouldn't know that by looking at this picture right now, but Dr. Greg Bostel knows all about it. He's in the lab.
Yes, the new winter storm is coming our way to the west, but let me tie the loose ends here on the event that's moving through the upper Midwest right now. Mostly is rain. That's good news. Temperature a little bit too warm for snow. Of course, unless you want a white Christmas. It's 40 degrees in Chicago. That's not going to cut it for snow. The radar shows you that it's mostly a rain picture right now. I think some snow will be overtaking the radar scope here in parts of Michigan, western Michigan that is, in the next couple of hours. And the models are suggesting just that. So it will be a snowy Christmas Eve, basically from Grand Rapids all the way to Saginaw and maybe even parts of Detroit early in the morning hours, and then things begin to wind down early on Christmas morning. Maybe some lake effect snow showers right in here downwind of the lakes through Cleveland and Buffalo. Overall, not a significant event, 1 to 3 inches. There were some signs that maybe earlier it might be a little bit more. Models have backed off on that, so we're not expecting much even in lower Michigan. But a much more substantial system, that would be Winter Storm Eris, is going to be moving through the west tomorrow and Friday the 25th and 26th with a lot of snow for those ski resorts. And I'm telling you, I can see this thing on the satellite pictures right in here. Pretty strong upper level dynamics there that are really associated with an upper trough. See that little dip in the upper level weather charts? That's a trough in the jet stream, and that is moving its way east-southeastward. I contoured here as sort of the upper level energy, or at least one way to think of it, moving sort of southeastward across the Four Corners area. This is just in a couple of hours, really. This is tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon. A lot of that high altitude energy is going to be parked over the southwest U.S. And right out ahead of that, when you have those upper troughs in place, that's when you get the snow. And so look at all these areas right in here in the sort of standard dark shades of blue. Steady snow. Salt Lake City, Casper, Denver, not yet. I think it's going to have to wait till tomorrow night, Christmas night, before you get some significant snow. And then you can see it tries as hard as it can to move out into the plains. I think it's going to be unsuccessful in doing so. We're not going to get much snow out in, say, for example, Minneapolis. Maybe if you're lucky, some snow showers near Sioux Falls on Friday the 26th, but really the story between now and then is going to be, I would say, Christmas night and on the 26th in the Rockies, especially near Denver, where we've got, look at this, 5 to 8 inches in Boulder, Golden, maybe 3 to 5 for Denver and locations farther to the east out over the plains. So that should be about it for Winter Storm Eris. Primarily a western storm with a lot of snow, of course, for the ski resorts. Guys, back to you.
All right, ski resorts are happy.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Dr. Bostel. And we're already seeing snow falling from the sky west of Salt Lake City, but it's evaporating before it hits the ground.
Right.
That'll change, though.
Oh, yeah. I think we're going to get some really nice powder for folks.
Yeah. Well, from wintry weather, we turn to the devastation of severe weather.
Yeah, Mississippi hit hard, of course, but parts of Louisiana starting the slow recovery process as well after damaging storms, where possible tornadoes could be to blame for the damage that was done.
And here we are in Portland, Maine. One of those places on the East Coast where it's raining and there's no snow on the ground. Not even in Portland could we get a white Christmas.
New Move Free Ultra brings a revolution to joint health. It's the smallest joint health pill, now with a new triple action formula for joint, cartilage, and bone health. Move on to new Move Free Ultra.
Grandpa Bodie, Grandma said you used to be out of control.
Really? I guess I did take some risks. I trained a little bit differently. I was a little too honest sometimes. The media is useless.
You were out of control.
But not always.
Here's a question for you. If every U.S. household with a computer used sleep mode when they weren't using it, how much could we save on electricity each year? Up to $1 billion? $3 billion? $4.5 billion? The answer is up to $4.5 billion. Using your computer's built-in energy-saving features can generate real household savings. Take the energy quiz, round 2. Energy lives here.
Always give the perfect gift with a Walmart gift card. And check out these creative ideas from Walmart's Pinterest board for fun ways to present them.
Got your gift. Now this is fun.
Give exactly what they want with a Walmart gift card. And head to Pinterest.com/Walmart for creative ways to present them. Walmart.
This week on the Weather Channel Mornings, we're tracking a major winter storm that could bring torrential rain or snow to much of the country, affecting the plans for millions of holiday travelers. Stay weather ready.
This holiday season, take a moment or two to enjoy the simple things, the things that matter. We're lifting up our spirits as friends and families gather near. In this season that brings us all together. Celebrate the ones you love. Celebrate the wonder of the holidays.
You don't want that one.
Yeah, actually I do. It's Mucinex Fast Max Nighttime, and it's got a nasal decongestant.
Is that really a thing? Sounds made up.
I can't sleep when I'm all stuffy.
I take offense to that.
I'm not going to argue with a talking ball of mucus.
I think you're being a little hasty. Oh.
He's not with me.
Mucinex Fast Max Nighttime. Multi-symptom relief plus nasal decongestant. Breathe easy, sleep easy. Start the relief, ditch the misery. Let's end this.
The shipping and even pay the return postage. Try NoNo risk-free today.
The wildest weather ever caught on camera.
Oh my God!
Tonight, tomorrow night, every weeknight. Wild weather at 8 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 82 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, scattered showers or thunderstorms. Low 67. Chance of rain 60%. Thursday, chance of a morning shower. Cloudy, high 75. Thursday night, cloudy skies. Slight chance of a rain shower. Low 68. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Just before yesterday's severe weather struck with deadly results in Mississippi, it hit Louisiana.
The National Weather Service now says it was an EF2 tornado that hit near a meet in Tangipahoa Parish. This is north of New Orleans. Now, the tornado ripped the roof off of a house, damaged other property, and tore down trees and power lines. All told, the tornado's path was about 4.5 miles with estimated winds at 115 miles per hour. Now, in Mississippi, as well as Louisiana, people are still trying to come to terms with the tornadoes that hit them.
Yeah, listen to one family as they captured the tornado that roared toward Columbia.
That's it. That's the tornado.
It can be.
That's it. You see it from one to the side. See it spinning? Wow. Oh my gosh.
So you can see that clearly people, Dave, running around, hopefully to try and take shelter, but with the sirens going off like that, you need to be taking shelter right now.
Right.
You know,
obviously.
I know you're trying to get somewhere, you're trying to get home, trying to check on the kids, see what's going on, but you need to take shelter where you are located when you hear sirens like that going off.
Now, obviously, we don't see a funnel here, Kate.
No.
But we see the lowering of the clouds, the dark clouds, and that siren means that there's a warning or a tornado has been sighted.
Right.
So you're right. You just have to get down the lowest floor you can, in between interior walls, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and there's definitely some movement going on with that. So we're hearing a lot of stories today from those that lived through these storms.
Yeah, take a listen to Jeff Pennington. This is a guy who was inside a building in Columbia, Mississippi when the tornado hit.
A roar like I've never heard before, just like a big train that was just continuous, and I mean it was massive. Like we were just finishing up a Christmas party or Christmas meal in the building behind us here, and it all was chaos immediately. The wind blowing, it picked up, glass started busting out, which we just hit the floor. My wife managed to get up under the desk. Everyone else, they scattered to various areas, but it was an ordeal. I could feel the pressure was just amazing on the inside. I mean, everything seemed like it was about to blow, and it literally did. The roof came off, the ceiling came out. Basically just stayed covered up and trying to keep from getting hit. There was just no time to do anything really. It just hit the floor, and debris flying everywhere.
That's why it's really important to have a plan.
Yes.
Because sometimes you're not going to hear the warning. And you're just going to hear something, and you're going to see something, and you're going to say, holy smokes, and you have 3 seconds.
Well, that's
so if you've
why,
already got something in your head, you know what to do.
As meteorologists, that's why we're here on the Weather Channel.
Well,
you know, all morning we were telling you, hey, there's this risk of severe weather. That's why you need to have your NOAA weather radio nearby all day long. You need to have your cell phone nearby, which is how a lot of people are getting alerts these days. But you never know when those towers are going to go down. So it's always good to have a backup as well, Dave.
Right. We've got some more awesome pictures from a daycare center that had its roof peeled away by the tornado in Summerall, Mississippi.
We understand that this area is still being surveyed by the National Weather Service in Jackson, Mississippi. But the thing is that just south of there, it was 150 to 160 mile an hour EF3 tornado. And just to the north of there, an EF2 tornado with 125 miles an hour.
Right.
So this was right in the middle of that path that you're looking at these pictures now, these kids that were in this daycare center.
Yeah, this tornado traveled right along Highway 44, it appears, between Columbia and Summerall, and then perhaps was the same thunderstorm producing a tornado in Laurel, Mississippi, just about a half an hour after this.
The pictures that you're seeing of rescue workers with kids and kids in the hallway, the director of this daycare, we spoke to her a short while ago, and she said that she had the kids in the hallway, and then rescue workers, after that roof was torn off, took them over to the bank that was nearby.
Yeah.
For safekeeping.
She could make one of our hero lists for next year, don't you think?
Oh, yes.
You know, with much of the town of Columbia without power and residents of 2 other counties in need as well, the Red Cross has set up a shelter in Foxworth, Mississippi. Victims of the tornadoes that hit in Marion, Jones, and Lamar counties can seek shelter there at the Mount Carmel Church of God.
Okay, so it's good that we're seeing this set up. Clearly, if you're in that community, talk to one another and try and get communication on how you can help one another. Okay, so we've been tracking these severe storms. We also have a named winter storm, Dave, and we have some rain with some flight delays, people trying to get places, a big plate full of weather going on.
We're going to cover all that as Weather Center Live continues. So good to have you along. We'll be right back.
If you're driving and you can't see clearly for 1 second at 60 miles per hour, you can't see clearly for 88 feet. And a lot can happen in 88 feet. That's why Bosch created the new Icon with ClearMax 365. It's a rubber technology for longer lasting performance, not found on any other wiper blade. Because like you, Bosch cares about what's ahead.
New Move Free Ultra brings a revolution to joint health. It's the smallest joint health pill, now with a new triple action formula for joint, cartilage, and bone health. Move on to new Move Free Ultra.
Are you embarrassed by your constant losing battle with calloused feet? You've tried filing and scraping, and your feet still are not smooth. Introducing the amazing Personal Petty. Just one press, and Personal Petty does all the rest. You just roll the callus away with the rotating micro mineral that quickly removes hard, ugly calluses, leaving your feet callus-free. Then finish with the buffing roller. Buff, smooth, and massage your feet. It looks and feels so good. Look, you went from this to this, and it felt like a foot massage. And to clean, remove the roller and rinse underwater. The secret is the 1800 RPM rotation of the mineral roller that loosens and lifts the hard, ugly calluses. The smoothing roller leaves a polished, perfect look and feel.
When I first used the Personal Petty, I knew it was the real deal. It saves time, it does a great job, and my feet feel so good, and I'm not afraid to wear my sexy heels again.
This revolutionary foot care system is waterproof, so you can use right in the shower.
I just don't have time to battle with my calluses all day. Now that I can do it in the shower, it's part of my daily routine.
Just look at the difference.
I cannot remember the last time my heels were soft. Now, with my Personal Petty, they look and feel amazing.
With the Personal Petty, you can even remove those stubborn hand calluses. Look, gone right before your eyes. Order your Personal Petty with removal roller plus smooth and polish roller, all for only $19.95. But hold on, replacement rollers can be expensive. Order today and receive your free lifetime replacement certificate for both rollers. You heard right. You'll get the Personal Petty kit with 2 rollers, plus the lifetime replacement certificate, and our 90-day satisfaction callus-free guarantee, all for only $19.95. This offer is not available in stores. Order now.
To get your Personal Petty, call 1-800-715-0494. This offer is not available in stores, so call 1-800-715-0494. That's 1-800-715-0494 and order your Personal Petty today.
This week on the Weather Channel Mornings, we're tracking a major winter storm that could bring torrential rain or snow to much of the country, affecting the plans for millions of holiday travelers. Stay weather ready this holiday. All this week on Wake Up with Al and America's Morning Headquarters, only on the Weather Channel Mornings.
Currently in our area, 82 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, scattered showers or thunderstorms. Low 67. Chance of rain 60%. Thursday, chance of a morning shower. Cloudy, high 75. Thursday night, cloudy skies. Slight chance of a rain.